It is 9:07 on the 22nd of January, and it's been called time. It's happened. It's official. I mean, how do you feel? I'm fucking gutted.
Oh, am I gutted? I think I'm gutted from the point of view of he's been. By the way, for people who don't know, we're talking about Farrell.
Of course, it's about
I
Farrell.
know, we
It's
know
like
that, but
it's about half our content.
So, am I gutted? I'm gutted. Oh, do you know what? I'm pleased for him. I think if it's what he wants to do, I'm absolutely made up for him, and I think it's going to be just a whole new chapter for him. I would love to go and watch him play out there, but it's heartbreaking from the point of view of he's had 15, 16, 17 years at the club, or 15 years at the club, and it looked for me like he was on a fast track to be part of the coaching team and maybe be a Mark McCall replacement in time. So, do you know what? I don't know. I don't think I am gutted, because I think I was very surprised when the news broke the other week that he was talking to Rastin.
Yeah,
that was like, oh, I really didn't expect that to happen. But the minute those conversations came out, it felt inevitable to me.
Yeah, as soon as it was spoken about in public, it was always on.
Yeah, and then you listen to the way Mark McCall's spoken since then. You listen to the way Stuart Lancaster's spoken since then. It was just a deal waiting to happen. The only slight glimmer of hope I had that he may not go is because it took so long to do. Because we're about 3 weeks on since it first broke. But no, I'm not. I'm not gutted. I'm not gutted for a couple of reasons. A, like I say, because I think it'll be a great thing for Farrell, and he deserves everything he wants to do. You know, fair play to you, mate.
Yeah. I mean, particularly with the way the I would say the media is treated him, as we said before.
Absolutely, and the fans, you know.
Yeah, the England fans, defo.
So I'm pleased for him, and then ultimately, Saracens were going to lose him as a fly half at some point in the next few years, just because of age. So it just, I guess, propels that Saracens now need to find a decent fly half.
I think that's where I'm gutted. Probably that's where I'm probably gutted. I think it's where it leaves us. We haven't had time to probably find the right replacement, so it's a big gaping hole. And I just don't think there's an obvious direction for us here. I don't think there's many players we want to keep on. And I really do think it leaves us in a bit of a precarious position. But I totally agree. That, like, I'm so pleased for him because it's just a great move. Like, like every way. If it was me, if I was him, it's everything you want. It's a great move. You get to live in a great city. You earn probably the money you were earning before looks like pocket change. What you're going to be earning now. You get to try and compete in a new league, probably the best league in the world right now.
Don't have to deal with fan abuse.
The best league going forward. Yeah, you don't have to deal with all the British media. It's just such a good deal. And it just leaves Saracens vulnerable. And we can talk about who the replacements are in a second, but I think it just leaves the RFU so vulnerable.
Vulnerable because they've lost Farrell, or vulnerable because that's symptomatic of player drain going to France?
It's symptomatic of a failing system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. You think about someone like Dan Carter. Dan Carter left the New Zealand setup because he'd won it all. Mm-hmm. And then he started to play abroad, right? He had won, was it 2 free World Cups or 3 World Cups?
I think it would have been 2.
Right. The fact that I even questioned that is like showing how successful the system was, and that they could let their aging players leave gracefully. Leave to go and pursue other dreams, other lives, other opportunities, rather than here's our poster boy for the last 12 years in England setup, and he leaves almost in a disgrace, not by the fans' views or the majority of the fans' views, but through the media views. He's being misspoken about, you know what I mean? And I think he's also probably the same with the RFU. He's had to not remove him. He's not had to like, hey, this is a natural course of action. I've just won the World Cup. I won this major tournament. I won the Six Nations. I'm going to step back for a bit. He's had to move back for mental health. Mm-hmm. He's then chose to take a further step back where he's going to play abroad. So he's moved away from his boyhood club, the club he's won however many domestic trophies with, in a league that losing its players, its club, it's losing its money, it's losing its appeal.
I don't think it ever had money,
then,
to be fair. That's been part of the problem.
Yeah, all that fake money under the cushions. And then, on top of that, we then have to kind of compete with the idea of, well, we changed the rules for this one player. Like, I think we should change the rules anyway.
We definitely should
but the
change
fact
the rules
we're doing
anyway, without a doubt.
We should change them, completely.
I was going to say, because at the moment, every player who's playing in France will be a better player for it.
Yeah, and I think I saw a post-match interview with Arundel.
Well done.
Thank you. First time I got it right. I really had to think about that one. Post the Bath match, and he was just saying how he wants to come back to English now, but he wants to go to France and become better to be better for England. If that's what a young man at 2021 are looking for, how mature, how perfect is that mindset? I would encourage all of the youth England players to move abroad for a couple of years to get better and then come back to English setup and give us their best selves, not their kind of mangled, mishandled self.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's our, as I said, poster boy player, RFU has given Farrell so much, and he's also given him a lot of headaches. But he's given him so much, and the fact he's still walking away, it's showing just it's not enough.
Yeah.
If the big man, the poster boy, it's not enough for him. It's not enough for everyone
and possibly
else.
England's greatest ever player.
But another point is our top point scorer. If he can't stay, if we can't manage him, we can't control him. And it's not like he's with a bad club. He's with one of the most successful club in English history in modern era.
Yeah.
It's just a headache for RFU because it literally proves that you fucked up, you failed, your policies don't work, your management of the sport doesn't work, your growth of youth players doesn't work.
Yeah, and we're just about to centrally contract 25 of the not best players.
Yeah.
So it blows my mind a little bit. It's an interesting one with England as well, isn't it? Because arguably you could say, England's on the up. They came third in the World Cup. But it was so painful getting there. And I appreciate Borthwick's got to build. He came in, a year or so ago. But, I mean, it's not been enjoyable watching England for a good few years.
I think we just have a big problem.
Yeah, we do. We do have a big problem. Farrell is symptomatic of it, that we're about to... Well, we have, from an England point of view, lost a major leader. Someone who, in my eyes, looks irreplaceable. There's no one, a sniff of somebody coming through that is going to be anywhere near as good as him as a leader or a player.
Yeah, I mean, Smith, great player.
Yeah.
But he's not probably half the player Farrell was at that age Smith is currently, which is 23, 24?
Yeah. So I think, England have got problems. Saracens have got bigger problems. But I think from a Saracens point of view, it's cyclical. Because you can't be the best team forever. And even put aside all the salary cap stuff, ignore all of that. You cannot be the best team forever because if you were, nobody else would bother playing. So they've done well to stay at the top for as long as they have. Inevitably, they're going to dip off. And it's now about how quickly can they get back up there.
Yeah. And I think that all comes with who the replacement is.
Go on. Who are your thoughts on replation?
Well,
I'll nick any of my ideas. Don't nick any of my ideas.
I might have to sound smart. Yeah. I'll talk about some of the rumours. First of all, let's scratch this off. No one wants Paddy Jackson. Is it Paddy Jackson,
it is
right?
Paddy Jackson, yeah.
No one wants him. Get out. But although saying that, before Irish collapsed, he had a great season, right?
Yeah, no, he's a good player. He was a good player, but
top point scorer of the league that year. I think that was two seasons ago.
But he's not an Owen Farrell, is he? He's not even half an Owen Farrell. Yeah.
And he's a 28, 29, 30-year-old lad. He's not the one.
I'm scrubbing him off the list, mate.
Did you have a list? Was he on the list? Get him off the list.
He wasn't on the list.
Get him off the list.
On the list.
That's one of the rumours. Okay. Another one of the rumours was Hastings.
No, thank you. Yeah. Funnily enough, sorry to interrupt you. When I was down at the Gloucester game the other week, I was just chatting to a few Gloucester fans down there. They didn't rate him. The people I was talking to, they're like, nah, don't just Nothing in it. Don't see it.
He fills the role. He's a good kicker. He can sling the ball out, but he's got no vision.
No, I agreed. So both those rumours, I would say no, thank you. My list, right? I've got 3 people on my list. One, I think.
Oh, 3. I'm surprised.
3. One is semi-realistic. One is within the club, and the third one is a completely made up out of left field. Right? Which one do you want first?
Made up one? Is it me?
No, it's not you.
Oh no, it's you. It's you.
Made up one.
Thank God.
Who's the best fly half? I'm going to ask you this question. You won't know the answer probably. Who's been the best fly half in England? Well, one of the best fly halves in the last 15 years, but never really got much England recognition. Currently without a club.
Oh God.
I'll give you a clue. His initials are.
I don't know.
DC is his initials.
Danny
Cipriani.
Oh my God.
Told you it's a bit left field, but he's a playmaker. He can get a backline moving. But yes, as I say, that's the left field one. So we'll discount that one. The one from within the club, and I think if he wasn't injured, this could be a real goer. Alex Lozowski, because he came in when I think might have been off the back a couple of World Cups ago or after a Lions tour. And he came in and he actually played fly half for about a third to half of the season while Farrell wasn't about or Farrell was injured. And he looked really tasty. And it was only when Farrell came back that they then shifted him into centre. Because he was a fly half at Wasps as well.
And I've never thought he looks good. I love him as a centre. I think if it was me, I would have him as one of our starting centres. But I agree. I feel like he's always looked as if he's been on the leash.
Yeah, so put him in fly half, let him off the leash. Yeah,
that's the premise. But also, apparently, you want that for Danny Cipriani, so I don't really trust your words.
and the last one, you'll know what I'm going to say for the last one because I've said it before.
Yeah, and I love this option. I love this option.
Go on, Marnie Lebock. He's our boy.
I think that's really is possible. I think there is a lot of possibility in that one.
I've just thought of a fourth option as well. Is probably again slightly more unrealistic, but you think about who's playing fly half for Toulouse at the moment. It's Ramos while Intermac's injured. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, go on. I know you.
And when Intermac comes back, one of them's not going to get in the side. I mean, I know Ramos could go back to fullback, but maybe there's a little French tussle there, and one of them wants to come to London. Who knows?
I mean, Toulouse was a bit shit.
As a town,
it wasn't. I mean, if it was any other of the French sides, I'd be like, why the hell would you leave? Toulouse just wasn't quite scrubbing up.
Yeah.